man.
Oh, you look good.
We're live.
You're live.
Oh, it says we're live.
Wait, are we gonna hit the button, or are we gonna wait for people to hit the button?
Ready to rock and roll? Is it going? God, I hit the wrong button again. All right. Yeah, we're good.
Are we recording?
No. Why is this a... I ain't worried about it. It's not recorded on here, but
Yeah.
Flight test.
hey, we got it. We got
Welcome.
That was beautiful.
it. That was
Dude,
beautiful.
We're only 3 minutes late. The first time we did a video podcast, it was like 15 minutes into it before we just gave up on the video part.
Oh, I know.
Dude,
But we got, look at this. We got the TV
You're
here.
rocking it.
We've got, so now I'm not the only one. That was one of the complaints in which we had, that I was the only one that could see the comments.
Were they afraid that you were
No,
filtering?
You guys complaining.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Especially this guy over here.
Yeah, we were less complaining and more just like we're like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you ever?
Hey, listen.
Wait, no.
That's fine. That's
The
true.
unbridled truth.
It is the unbridled.
The
I
truth
love
shall
it.
set you free.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I mean, it's kind of a gloomy
Happy
Friday.
Fall Friday.
Fall
But the
Friday.
rain
Ohio.
has decided to stay away, it seems.
Yeah.
Does the rain actually decide?
No.
It's a great question, no.
No.
But you could essentially go outside and fly something. It's a little
Well,
windy.
You know,
Oh yeah.
let's jump back a day yesterday.
Yes.
Do you guys remember a time in late October where there was a tornado watch or warning?
Yes.
Very
Tornado
rarely.
warning.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
So I walk in and I thought the rapture happened because I walk out of the bathroom and nobody's here. Nobody. I'm like, I go into Noah's office. I go into Lee's office. Steph, I didn't see you.
I was
You're
in my
gone.
office, but all I heard was, guys,
Guys.
is anybody? Where'd everybody go?
So I walk out and there's Wes, there's Lee, there's Noah, and they're all just looking into the sky ominously. And then I'm even more freaked out.
Yeah.
Like, what are they seeing up here? And my phone didn't go off, but
No.
apparently there was a tornado warning.
Yeah. My phone went off. I
Yeah.
was sitting at my desk and it just started going off.
What in Ohio? What's the first thing you do when you hear about bad weather?
Run
Go
outside.
That is one of my earliest memories. Is my dad? You know, we're all huddled in the basement. My dad fearlessly staring down a storm. You know, and then, hey, come take a look at this. This could kill you.
You've got to see this.
By the way, don't do that.
No, don't do
that.
That's
I
probably
mean,
a bad idea.
yeah, don't do that.
No.
I'm shaking my head. Don't,
Yes.
unless you live in Ohio.
Unless you
Yeah.
live in Ohio.
Okay,
Right.
Unless you're a storm
yeah.
chaser.
Oh, look, we got comments. I can see comments.
Yeah,
What's up,
dude.
guys?
All right.
What's up,
Hello,
guys?
You guys
Hey,
have-
look, it's David Jester. Hi, David.
David Jester. Hey man, we are missing you.
Yeah.
How's Nicole doing?
Yeah, let's
Like he's gonna answer like right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the
I
comments,
tell you,
Dave.
it doesn't take long to miss Dave.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh,
think it was
yeah.
within the
Oh, my
first 30
goodness.
minutes.
30
we were-
minutes.
We were missing his presence and feeling it too. So
We were missing Dave's presence last night when we were doing the we were working up there at PI.
yeah. Oh, it's looking
And-
so good.
Oh, it is. It is. Oh, we need to do so shameless plug. We're starting another YouTube channel. It's going to be, we're calling it Flight Test Life.
Flight Test Life.
It-
The dovetail into Flight Test Life that's on Instagram.
Yeah. So on that, what we're going to do is just put a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. And eventually once we get enough people populated on that, we're going to move the podcast
Okay.
to that.
Nice.
So yeah, we need to put some of that all said, we need to put some of the pics and videos and everything from PI last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we were up there and we were talking.
We were up to- my back's hurting.
I know.
Oh my God.
You're
I'm sore.
just-
I'm getting old.
I don't know, but we could have used Dave last night because we were talking about cable. What were the cable clamp thingies that go on?
Oh yeah.
And Josh was trying to remember some little ditty or little saying that David told
Like
him,
how
and
you don't saddle an unbridled horse or something like that.
I don't remember what it was, but I did find out, and this is totally, no one knows what we're talking about, but I found out that I was what you told me I don't think was right because I got down to the other end where
Yeah.
David put
In it flipped.
it was the other way.
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey,
Yeah. Don't take advice. You can listen to my advice about phone board airplanes some of the time.
most of the time.
Never take my advice on cable and safety.
Well,
Well, No one's ever going to fly on one of my airplanes now.
Right.
So you would come fly in my real airplane with me?
Right. Aren't there
Josh, I'm
cables
good.
on your airplane?
Oh, geez. Backstory Pete and Pole. I don't know. Boy, I'm jumping all over the place here.
It's good.
Backstory with Pete and Pole. Pete and Pole is 90% cables. And it was re-rigged for my heavy butt where the wing had to go, which meant all new cables and stuff. And there's something called swedging where you basically the cable goes into this tunnel and then it crushes down and it's just ridiculously strong.
Never saddle a dead horse.
Never saddle a dead horse. Thank you very much.
That was from that was from David.
There you go.
Thanks,
See,
David.
Dave, I remembered most of it. I just didn't remember what it meant. So
there's a saddle and a horse.
Well, long story short, pre-flights are really important with planes because after that plane was re-rigged and everything, and I did not do these swedgings, but after it was re-rigged, one of the swedges failed, and one of the drag and anti-drag wires, one of those were coming loose.
Oh no!
And you don't want that on.
That's
a plane
a bad thing.
That's rigged with cables. So
that's probably a bad.
Always
thing, right?
pre-flight your airplanes, even if it's a little tiny ultralight.
Truth.
Yeah.
Also, David did mention that
everyone.
she's doing well. She's good, and now he said she's good working on an auger.
Well, now, David, do you have at least have a radio that she can contact you if she's? Oh, hey, wait a second. Wait, okay. We cannot forget context.
Yes.
Okay, that's part of the thing that we need to do better of. So David's wife Nicole had surgery, and so David's been off work since when he was here Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, since Wednesday he's been off. Seems like forever.
Yeah.
And so David's home taking care of Nicole
instead of here taking care of us.
Instead of here taking care of us.
Yes.
We love you, Nicole. We're praying for you.
Yes.
Get better quick, and she needs to heal quick because
we need David back.
We need David back, but I mean next week is Hollow Wings.
Halloween
at Edgewater, so we need that. So
oh yeah,
I like this gentleman here. Was it Lewis Gower? You don't have to tell me to do pre-flight checks. Yes.
Well, Lewis also said get some comfy chairs.
I know.
Yes.
Well, these aren't terrible.
These aren't bad.
These aren't terrible.
I got a cushion on mine.
Yeah, there you
go. Well,
Right.
let's circle back to Pilot Institute. It is
yes.
This place is not just obviously something for us, but it is a place where we're going to do workshops. Where first thing that's going to happen here is a wedding.
Wedding, yes.
And but it's a great driving force because after Noah and Haley get married, we are going to be so dog tired. We're not going to be very motivated. So we are packing everything in here, and this is something kind of cool. We are taking the Spirit of Flight test into this building. The quote to do like the interior insulation, it was over $10,000.
Oh, like terrible.
It was and it's not that it was a terrible value. It's just we're not going to spend that kind of money.
Well, I mean, and because the price of materials and everything right now are just through the roof.
So we got our Pinterest on. I mean, Lee went there. He loves Pinterest. He goes in there and he searches out and he pins his favorite things.
Man card.
No, I don't even have a Pinterest.
I was making fun of him for a while, but I realized, that's him. I'm not going to do him. So no, okay.
Man, this Bixler on Friday morning.
Hashtag Big's on fire right now.
Right? Sassy. No, we found out a really cool solution, and I love it because it's like a multi-family. It's your family, Lee's family, my family, Haley and Noah, soon to be a family. It's just such a fun thing to come together, and we're taking these blocks of foam to insulate, and we're wrapping them in burlap.
Yes, and how we made these foam blocks, right, is we actually got a giant 4 foot by 3 foot by 8 foot.
Didn't we go through this last week?
Yeah, but did we talk about what we were doing with the block?
I think that he's like kind of bitter because he had to go pick up the foam.
No,
he rolled it right. Yeah,
right.
Nah, it worked out well.
Know what these guys did to
No, but yeah, and then
Wolf race time.
so
Yes.
and Dave cut out all these sections, right?
Yeah.
Different size things because we have different size scenarios, and then you guys started wrapping them in this sweet looking burlap.
We bought gallons of stain, and we took a pole barn and we stained the beams and stained everything, and then we inserted burlap wrap foam. It is one of the coolest looks. I mean,
It looks amazing.
Insulation, wall covering at the same time, and because we did the hot wire cutting, I was doing the math because I'm really cheap. I was doing the math. A sheet of 1.5 inches, 4x8. And I'm doing this for you guys because this is a great decorating idea for your garage. It doesn't cost you your man tag. Min card.
Correct.
So we're picking up on who was on Pinterest, right?
Hashtag guilty. You know what?
Hey.
My name is Josh Bixler, and I go to Pinterest.
Hashtag
You know what? Let's see
Said
if the comment anyone
Unashamed.
Any amen, sir? I don't know. We'll see.
No.
But I was doing the math. Okay,
Yeah.
we buy this big block of foam, we slice it, we wrap it in burlap, we hang it up. You know that we are going to be able to do this whole entire interior for under $2,000.
Really?
I'm not kidding you.
That is
so
crazy.
$13,000 to $2,000.
Oh
See,
yeah,
and
That's awesome.
That's phenomenal.
that is.
Plus you get to give your own little touch
And-
on it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
Well,
a DIY.
Dude, I'm even padded in the LED light. So I saw a comment. I think it was from Sizemore. I bet you that's Steve.
It is Steve.
Hey, Steve.
More. Yep.
Whoop race time. Yes. Yeah. We
Oh,
have galvanized ceiling on this. Yeah, we're gonna be whoop racing. So I'm excited. This is a place for everybody.
Yeah.
And to see it kind of come in and getting this vibe, you just want to hang out there. And I'm so grateful for Pilot Institute to make it possible. But I'm seeing it's growing into something really incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
cool to see like the evolution of like what you first thought about wanting to do with an
Oh.
all-purpose building, and then where it's come from, and all like the lefts and rights and ups and downs that it has
Yeah.
gone through to get to where it's currently at. I don't think I could have imagined what it is now. From the little foam board model,
Yeah.
I had ideas, but not from what
I
it is
turned everything
now.
into foam board models.
That was
It
awesome.
doesn't
And-
fly though.
And now, hopefully
Yeah.
everybody that's
Yeah.
listening will have the opportunity to come and look at it when it's, fully finished. But it's unlike anything I've seen. And the cool thing about it is it's kind of a little bit modular to where like you could take those burlap things down and put something else up there.
Yeah.
Like it's whatever you want to do.
Well, you know my love for the military and those who serve. We have a special maroon stripe going across,
Mhm.
and all I can picture is the patches and then the emblems of different people in the military and the first
Mhm.
responders and stuff. I really want to find a way that everywhere you go on Edgewater, but also everywhere you see with Flight Test, people know exactly where our heart lies with our love for our country, our love for our freedom, and also our love for those who serve and fight to protect it. So
Yeah.
you're always going to look for me to find a spot, but that maroon stripe, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it filled.
Yeah, we definitely have got to get some pics up so people can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put some stuff up on social media as well, and then also we'll populate that new YouTube channel that we got going on.
Yeah.
Flight
no doubt.
Test Life.
Dude, don't you,
Life.
yeah, going back to Flight Test Life, isn't it funny? We're like, okay, guys, we're gonna pare down, we're gonna keep it simple. Hey, we're adding a new YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Well,
but this
I'm
one,
excited about this.
I am too. So the new YouTube channels, it's not going to be produced work.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not an extra workload on Noah or the team or anything.
If anything, I think it's gonna be therapeutic because there's so much that gets cut.
Yeah.
Just because you cannot
Just can't put that much.
put everything in the videos, and we can't make everyone happy. But if you just want to see an unbridled, Flight Test brain opened up and dumped into a channel,
No.
that's what this is going to be.
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, there will be clips that maybe just didn't make the cut, but there'll also be some cell phone footage, and also to keep in mind our Midwest brothers out there are going to be populating as well. So John and Jesse, and it'll be awesome.
Whole nother family. It's just,
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, the families.
Yeah, I think for something like Flight Test, you really need to have a whole family involvement to keep the vision, keep the mission, keep the energy, and also just make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think that also goes for the hobby in general. Model aviation isn't something just for dad or his son. It's something for the whole family, mom, dad, kids.
Mhm.
That's why we talk about ground crew, air crew.
Right.
When we're out here on Thursday night, you don't see you do see some people just come alone, but I'm thinking of Josh and Jesse do.
Mhm.
I love that family. Absolutely love that family.
Oh man! Hey, speaking of not seeing people, it was funny. Even last night with tornado warnings, there were people here. I mean, granted, they got out and they started, and then that wall of rain came.
It was nuts.
And then we were standing. Were you here when Wes was driving his remote control car?
Yeah, I was in my office. but
His rock crawler.
All I hear, so get this, all I hear from my office is just cackling at the top of their lungs. It's just like, my what's going on? It was, and I look over, I'm looking out because I have the fishbowl office. I have this big giant window that I can see into the entire room. And they're just sitting all on the patio, like on the balcony, and everybody's just laughing their head off. I was like, what in the world is going on here?
It's a truck, not a submarine.
Yeah. So Wes
Crazy
had
Wes.
his rock crawler. I mean, it was pouring buckets out there.
Yeah.
I mean, buckets. And he was out because his rock crawl was all waterproof and everything, just driving around in the rain. Well, then he comes up to the pond out here, Diane's little fountain pond.
Yeah.
Well, he climbs up the rocks, and then you see him sitting on the edge, and then he just kind of goes right down into the water.
Diamond.
Well, the funny thing was Keith was inside with some of the guys because it was raining.
It was raining.
And Keith and the guys were just watching him out the window. And Keith said, "You know what? I saw him climb up the rocks, but then I was like, nah, he ain't gonna do it." And next thing I know, he just lurches it into the water. But we didn't get that on video. We should have had that on video.
But we do have the webcams here. Good old Robert is going to be
Yes.
hooking those up, so you guys are going to be able to come, I guess, see more than ever.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
hopefully not too much more.
well, yeah. I don't know. I don't
With
know
an
if those are
asterisk.
gonna. I don't know if those are gonna be like
On demand.
on demand
No.
webcams, but
It's safer for everybody if it's not.
right,
Yeah.
right. But it's
But,
going. It's going to be.
It'll be a
awesome.
great opportunity to pull people in and let them see that when we can. So, hey,
Oh, yeah.
I got a great comment here. It's from Mike, my boy. Okay, I guess
Huber?
Huber, yeah. I may need glasses. I can't believe this. I have not had to have glasses my whole life, but I can barely read that. Yeah, with your new CNC hot wire system, could you make an EPP fuselage, which would give you a foamy tutor? I love you. I love you.
Hey,
Mike,
my
you're
best
killing
friend.
me, son.
Stefan, what do you think about that?
Oh, you know what I think about that. I
That
love hot
sounds like
wire.
appendicitis to me.
It's, yeah.
So,
It's a
yeah,
condition.
the coolest thing is we just got our EPP samples yesterday, and they look better than I've never touched EPP like this. I cannot wait to slice up these samples and see what the properties are. It's lighter, but it has a density and a strength that I've never seen in EPP.
Mm.
So, yeah, we do have some really cool models that will be coming in EPP. By the way, I'm still learning about it. And Dave, again, I miss you because the 16-foot legacy, it's not going to cut itself, buddy.
All right.
Get
your butt back here.
No, I just broke his heart because I told him I'd try to get it cut. Maybe
Oh,
today.
no.
Long story short, the EPP is looking awesome. We are definitely going to be putting out some models, but also more importantly for the scratch builders, we're going to be putting out sheets. I'm looking. It seems like everywhere in the U.S., EPP and Depron, all these materials are out of stock. We want to make our store a place where you can go, and it's not just buying our foam kits, which we want you to do,
Mhm.
but it's also getting those raw materials. The memory, the excitement, the growth in this hobby has to be going through the door of building for
Mhm.
people that wish it. And we want to give the supplies. So I'm excited about that. And this hot wire foam cutter, it's not as cool as watching a laser, but it's pretty cool.
Mm.
Don't lick the hot wire.
Don't
Don't do that.
wire.
Yeah, by the way. No, we didn't do that. So
Never again.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
My favorite episode.
Episode.
Yeah.
Was Bob and the string playing?
Oh, the control
Oh,
line.
my goodness.
Bob's down. Bob's down.
Yeah, that
I
was
remember
that was
that.
before me.
Okay,
Yeah.
man. To give some context, man, I
We thought
have
we killed Bob.
I have never ever laughed harder in my entire life and had so much fun. Bob was flying this control line
like a
airplane.
boss.
Literally,
He showed
he
us
was
how it's
like
done.
we were
Bob Parmalee.
Bob Parmalee.
All right.
And for context, Bob Parmalee is not only like a man after our own heart, but he's a volunteer that kind of comes down and hangs out every so often. But he's also like the man. Like
Yeah.
He's an older gentleman.
he's the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Parmalee. The guy
Mhm.
has more stories than you know what to do with. He's been in the aviation game
yeah.
forever. He's
Chuck Norris wants his autograph.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he came to the old shop one day, and we were doing a control line episode, and we weren't nearly as well versed in the scenario. We were crashing and we were hitting the grass. He
Yeah.
gets like, I got this. He walks up and he gets his thing in his hand, and he is just moving and grooving like a
Whizzing,
boss.
yeah.
Just, phew. And well, what had happened was when it ended up hitting the ground, he landed perfectly. By the way, no damage.
Yep.
The plane stopped spinning, but Bob did not. And Bob was like, dude, and just fell to the ground on his like side. And we're like, Bob's down. Bob went down.
Dude.
Are you okay, Bob? And Bob, you look at Bob, we put like a camera on him, and he is laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
Did he just get dizzy?
Yeah, because you're just doing this. You're going around in a circle for like minutes at a time, and you know what happens there. And so he lost his balance and just fell over. And man, he was laughing. I was like, Josh, we were all just like hysterically laughing. Quite positive. It's in my top 3 of the moments that I've had in flight test.
And there's, I believe, a TikTok video, and it's like, that's why I love Nestle Crunch. And then it's Bob falling. And you know what? Bob is a tough dude.
Oh man,
because
tough as nails.
I mean, many other people that would have been a hit, but he's just laughing and rolling, and he's like a treasure to us. We got to wrap him in bubble wrap and protect him because we need him in our life for a long time.
I want him to be standing in the flight test museum one day, like just like sharing with people like all the cool things about it. Like there's an exhibit of Bob Parmalee. Like, that'd be awesome.
Like a wax statue,
like a wax figure.
And this is one really important thing. There is so much wisdom in that generation that needs to be brought up. Not just about aviation, by the way. Just if I had a wish, I would love for people to connect with the older generation and build a friendship, a relationship, and get that wisdom, because it's every day we have a little bit less. That's one reason. Boy, I'm jumping all over, but Josh Scott. Dear friend, he is doing memoirs of World War II, capturing stories in the history that you'll never see in the history books. It's personal, it's real, and it's something that if you had a grandpa that went through there and you had an opportunity to sit down and talk with him, he not only captures a story, but then he puts it to history in the video. And wow.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
If you guys haven't checked out Memoirs of World War II, it's life-changing. Yeah. So
hey, as a side note here, I think Dave broke our chat, because if you look there, it says unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. So just to let everybody know, that's nothing that we did. It was David, because he was the last one to. It looks like he said, "I'll be back Monday," and dropped the mic. And then now no one can chat.
Nobody can chat. Did I say something?
Boom.
I don't know. I don't know if we're getting censored, or
are the YouTube police upset?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Are we having too much fun?
Well, I'd say leave in the comment on how to fix it, but we can't read it.
Well, right. I mean, we didn't say any bad words or anything, right?
No.
We didn't talk about Brandon or anything?
No. I knew exactly what you're saying.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Let's go, Brandon. Come on.
All right. Well, back on the story here. Yeah, EPP, we're going to be cutting today. 16 foot legacy is the goal.
I was going to say, did it grow?
Well, it's growing in my heart and mind.
It did.
All the files are done. I'm excited to do this. And then tonight we're back on PI. We have 1 week.
Yeah. What exactly are we doing tonight? My wife asked me, like, what are we supposed to be doing tonight?
There's a little bit more standing left to do. We got to do the top pieces. There's the back wall.
Okay.
There's still a good chunk. And then my canvas came in the wrong size. It's supposed to be 9 by 12. So the hangar doors we're doing in this white canvas, so then we can project onto them.
Right.
So that way, if we have like a build night and stuff, we can like literally put the video right on the hangar doors. But that's not going to happen tonight. So, do you remember when you and I were talking about this, and we're like, yeah, it'd be so cool, and we're talking about all the things, obviously model centric, and like we could even like do a wedding here.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought the very first thing that we're doing with the finish
literally
is a wedding?
And it's you gotta. It's funny because like when I first got hired here, like I obviously didn't know all the ins and outs of like Josh Brixler's brain. And where and how.
do you now, after what, 6 years?
Yeah. So I'm coming up on 7. Yeah. But it's really cool because when Josh starts on a project in his mind, right? He's a dreamer. He goes into that zone and he says, okay, how do we get this to be here? And obviously he goes into the foam board model, right? Which is that first thing we talked about a couple weeks ago. But on top of that, I can't tell you. I mean, we've had countless conversations of just like what could be, what should be, what would be, like all these different things. And one of those was weddings. One of the things like how are we going to do the walls? Like what's the ceiling going to look like? And what about these rooms? What if we had rooms in here? Like what would we use these rooms for? Right. Oh, paint room, like all this kind of stuff. And it just is amazing to see from Josh Blixler's brain to reality. Not only the journey that is, but also the the passion behind that.
I love you, brother.
It's super cool.
It's not a straight line. It's like a labyrinth.
Yes, I would agree. It's like a corn maze.
Oh.
But still, it's awesome. It's wonderful. It's a journey, and it keeps you kind of guessing, but it also keeps you like motivated and excited, right? So I'm sure it's probably similar to what you do with a foam board airplane, but I'm less involved in that part. But at least I get to see these. I only usually get to see like the final bits and pieces when it comes to foam, because you do that on the computer. But here I get to see every little thing that you do, which is really cool.
Well, man, if I'll tell you, brother, if you have an awesome wife, which we do, you're blessed. If you have an awesome wife and awesome friends, you're doubly blessed. I have an awesome wife, awesome friends, and I get to see them every day at work. I mean, my cup overflows. And if it wasn't for family and friends, just the encouragement, the love, the patience, untangling the wasp nest of crazy ideas, spaghetti, it would not be a reality. So just, I was talking last episode, I mean, God is so good. The way he set up these dominoes of life, and how even when you have troubles and bad things, how it pushes you into a situation where you can see him unfold these things that are way bigger than you. That's Flight Test. That's what Edgewater is. And that's what these crazy projects are. They're so much bigger than any of us. And then you get to turn it around and say, like, how does this serve people?
Yeah, and that's the coolest part.
Yeah, we don't like look at these things like, oh, look at this wall. We were picturing like, what are we going to be able to do to engage people? And that's where the excitement goes.
Yeah,
and,
like the burlap specifically. We were so excited about the burlap, not because it looks cool. Well, it does look cool. Like,
it's also
awesome. It's cheap. Yeah, they go
cheap too,
but it's also cool because we will get to imprint, different cool looking sayings and emblems and different partnership opportunities there, and all these kinds of things that like will make it not even look cooler, but like it's just an area where we can share messaging, we can share about things that we maybe wouldn't be able to do in the past. So it becomes part of the building, versus it just sitting there looking cool. You know what I mean?
It's like you can communicate to people so much powerful stuff: love for God, love for community, love for country, all in one. You walk and they know where your heart is, man. And it's just a fun thing. So it's gonna be fun. And
thank you, PI.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Y'all rocking it.
A lot of lives are gonna be changed, both in aviation and hopefully relationally.
Yeah, agreed.
I was just thinking, you're talking about foam planes. Lee, you carved out a lot. You took a lot on your shoulders this week, so I could have some free time on the Flurkin.
Oh, the Flurkin.
Listen, Lee is ecstatic about the Flurkin.
I'm almost excited about the Flurkin as I was the tutor, or am the tutor.
Yes.
The Flurkin looks like Team Black Sheep's logo.
Kind of,
yeah.
Yeah,
kind of does.
It does.
Where have I seen this shape before? What am I doing?
That's true. I didn't even think.
So
that's awesome.
I was just thinking faith, family, and foam board airplanes, but it could also be faith, family, and Flurkins.
That should be on each wingtip: faith and family, and then Flurkin right in the
Flurkin.
Yeah.
Oh my golly.
The F cubed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So tell us about the Flurkin.
Flurkin's going good. I think in previous podcasts I talked about how the wing, when we made the forward swept wing for the Benchy, I kind of fell in love because I never did a forward swept wing like that before, and kind of fell in love with the look of it. But then also when it flew good, I'm like, oh my gosh, we gotta do this. So then the Flurkin was born, and Lee fanned the flames of the Flurkin, because you originally wanted to call the tutor the Flurkin.
I just wanted to call something the Flurkin.
So as you can see, my good friend is now in charge of naming airplanes. He has a better track record than me. I am the one that named it, playing the Blaby Blunder. But the Flurkin is geodesic.
But the Flurkin hasn't flourished yet.
No.
We'll see.
Hasn't flown yet either. So I got the wings from the Benchy, and then what I envision is a lot of people. I love the geodesic nature, how you don't have to peel any paper, and especially when you have a speedboat kit, it goes and just like kind of claps and unfolds.
It's something with you and that sound,
clicking,
Yeah, it's so satisfying. And so I wanted something that had more of a geodesic vibe that could be put together extremely quick. And also, I love is it Chris Click, right wing? I'm drawing a blank.
Good question.
I believe it was Chris. I want to say it's Chris Click. There's a fellow out there. Chris, I'm gonna call him Chris. I believe it's Chris Click. I'm just drawing a really bad mental break. But he was one of the major heroes in wing racing and designing wings. And I believe he did the Drac. And I just love this edgy look of the Drac. There's so much inspiration from that in this foam board airplane, except it's foam board. And and I loved also the nature of forward swept with a little bit of dihedral. It does something, and it's not going to be like super aerobatic, but cruising. I think it's going to be amazing. So the Flurkin is geodesic in nature, has a spaceship kind of look, forward swept wings, polyhedral, and then where a lot of the pushers kind of, if you have a blunt edge on the back, it claps real loud. I designed it with like a different looking back end where it's not only retreating down so the props have more bite, but also it's retreating away from the props at the very tips. So hopefully it'll be a very smooth, less, kind of thing. And all this is in my head right now, but we're really close to getting it flying. I think it'll be flying early next week. I wanted to fly today.
But it's not all in your head. Half of it is on the workbench in there.
Yeah, yeah. The bones are there.
Yeah.
The bones are there. The wings, the fuselage, everything is there. And there's going to be so much room for electronics, whether it's FPV. But you and I were talking, like, sometimes like we have a Goblin and we have all this FPV, but we want to fly line of sight and we want to do sketchy things, but you don't want to risk all this FPV gear. I want to make a swappable pod that interchanges inside the nose so you can pull out all the expensive stuff and you can put it in on a whim. And I think that's going to be doable. You and I were kind of dancing around that. So versatility is kind of something that I love. And even if people choose not to, just build the basic and fly it, that's fine. But I want there to be as many different options as possible. Also with the Flurkin, it's pusher, rear pusher, but I made it where we're going to try a twin APAC tractor. So that way you have differential thrust as well too. And that you're blowing all the air right over the control surfaces. You should be able to do some pretty crazy stuff. So
flat spin for days.
That's it. It's been a while since we've done like a wing FPV kind of thing,
It's going to be fun. I can't wait to.
The last one was the Goblin, right?
Yeah.
That's the last one we did.
I think you're
that was at
absolutely
least
right.
2 to 3 years ago.
We haven't done a wing for a hot minute, so that's gonna be a lot of fun, and that'll be coming out if I keep on schedule, which I think I'm a little ahead actually.
No, never say that.
Okay, fine.
It'll be out in December. That is the plan.
Yes.
But you're also along with the Flurkin, you're also working on a STEM project as well.
Yeah, and that's gonna definitely involve the EPP and the foam and hot wire cutter and stuff. With our STEM programs, it's not just build a plane, get a grade. That is not STEM. And it offends me when people are like, here, buy this toy, build it, and get a grade. I want kids to learn how to solve problems. And I know that our awesome curriculum developers, Jake and Trevor, feel the exact same way. And so what we typically do in our STEM programs is they go through the building experience, they learn about aviation, and then we remove an element. Like for our Easy Packs, after they built, like for the starter kits, 3 different configurations of airplanes, canard, plank, and V-tail and swept back wings, we give them blank material and say, here is a standardized fuselage. Take what you learned and design your own. We want kids and people learning to quickly solve problems, but also enter in that design model, the engineer design model. What we're doing with this next one is we're going to have a standardized configurable fuselage similar to the Explorer. And then kids will be able to bring their own wing designs out of foam board into that realm. And I'm really excited about that because that becomes the standard. Oftentimes in work, there's something already there that you have to deal with. There's an item, there's an obstacle, there's a fixed solution. And then you got to try to get it over the finish line using that control. I think this is going to be really fun. So that's going to be fun. You came up with a name for that too. Is it going to be the name? Are we going to let people know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Tenet.
Tenet. Tenet.
What's that mean?
So a tenet is like a principle, like a founding principle, or a core principle, or a doctrine, or something along those lines. Like you have like the tenets of the faith.
Yeah.
So it's going to have the core. I mean, obviously, it's all going to be about the core, but also if you take tenet and you spell it backwards, you get
Tenet.
Very good.
Which means we got to make this airplane able to be a canard too.
I'm telling you.
If you got to spell it backwards and forwards, it's the same thing. It has to be able to fly backwards and forwards.
Speaking of backwards and forward, this is something that Wes, our store manager, our support guy, our gremlin problem solution expert as of yesterday for STEM. And I'm just saying, but he brought something to my attention yesterday. The new Ohio license plates. Have you seen them?
They fixed
already
it.
commented on
They
it.
fixed it.
Did they fix it?
Yep, they did.
Wow.
yesterday.
Birthplace of aviation, but not common sense.
Right. So they had the Wright brothers plane flying the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yes, they had it was unfortunate, but
When did they fix it?
yesterday evening sometime. I looked it up on Google.
I
And
just want to be in the office when they discuss this.
so the article, yeah, right. The article had a picture of DeWine with the license plate, and if you zoom in on the picture, it's backwards. But then you click on the link, and you go to the actual thing. It's the correct way now. So when it comes out in December or whatever,
Okay.
it has now been corrected because people made articles about it and freaked out and all that kind of stuff.
Well, wouldn't it have been awesome if you could have gotten one of those? Like, I would proudly frame that and put it up here at FTHQ. You know what I mean? Just a staple in time, you know?
At least we can print out a piece of paper at the very least.
Right.
At the very least.
Yeah, they'll never scrub that from the internet.
Oh, wow.
So this did make me think of something I wanted to bring up to you guys. In the spirit of that license plate, we should make it our mission to make a right flyer fly backwards.
Oh, so would it be a wrong flyer then?
Or would
it will be now.
Or would it be the almost right?
Almost right. Kind of right.
Somewhat right flyer?
Oh my gosh.
That was the best dad joke you've ever had.
I'm telling
of
you.
all time.
I need to go
I've
take
heard
a
lot.
nap. I need to go take a nap. I've been waiting on that one.
Bringing in the closer. That was fantastic.
Here's a bad thing. In spirit of like, okay, we should try to make it fly wrong, and then immediately jump to the next thing. It's like, okay, so obviously tractor, you know, everything is good but the rudder. But the rudder being up in the front, you know, so I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Trying to like figure out how to make a right flyer fly backwards to make Mike DeWine happy, you know?
Yeah, right.
And then we got to tow a banner with it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 100%. Also, you know what I love is the entire license plate is focused on sunshine, right? Like the sunshine, whatever model it is.
This is Ohio.
Yeah, right. Which is I thought was hilarious. So it's sunset. And so when you think about Ohio, it's the birthplace of aviation, right? Which it does say that on there. Okay. But when you have all the taglines, what they're pushing marketing wise and advertising wise, it's about the sunset, the cityscape, and the girl playing on the swing.
Oh, I thought that was like a person in a parachute that got caught in the tree, and then there was a coyote trying to eat it.
That's exactly what it looks like.
It looks like.
That's what it looks like.
So that's
a girl on a swing with a dog. Yes. So, anyways, yes.
Not coyote.
No coyotes.
Not someone
no
trapped
parachute
in the tree.
No.
But those are the three talking points. They're not focusing. At least what I've Googled. They're not focusing on like the aviation part of it, which I thought was.
So what are they trying to do?
They're trying to set up this like sunset.
Like, are they
Girl
trying
in the
to
tree
get everybody,
every
like,
day.
please everybody instead of just focusing on one thing, or what?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
All I know is that I thought it was just funny that like we're focusing on like random things that have almost nothing to do with Ohio, and
that marketing firm needs to be fired.
that's a lie. But hey, it's all good. I just thought it was interesting to say.
Well, why can't we just like embrace? Not we, but I mean most people embrace. You live in Ohio. I hate those shirts. You ever seen those shirts that says "stuck"? And it's got the
outline of Ohio or something.
Outline of Ohio, yeah. Like
Ohio's amazing.
I love Ohio.
We don't have a bunch of poisonous snakes. We have some, right? But you rarely see them. They don't have a spider that's going to bite your face off, or that's the size of your chest.
Right.
Okay. We don't have crocs.
No. There was a wolf spider I saw yesterday. And it was trying to steal my mail. So
that was Lee.
No.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, wolf spiders.
Right.
Okay,
spiders
push back.
crocs.
Okay, they won't steal your face, but they will explode to 1,000 million babies running everywhere.
Okay, that's fair.
So, okay.
But like you said, the things that we have to worry about most of the time
No
here
professional
in Ohio,
football team.
That's not true. The Browns.
They're professional.
Yes, they're crushing it. They have a winning record right now. But hey, I'm just gonna say it. Anyways, all that to be said, I don't want to go live down in for lack of a better term, like Florida, where if I'm swimming in the lake, I might not come back with my legs. You know what I mean? I mean that's just a reality.
Because they've got big snakes too now.
Snakes, crocs, whatever.
Come December, I'll take a dose of Florida.
And that's fine. I can
A
go
dose,
visit.
yeah.
I'll take a dose of anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
almost anything.
Not
Okay.
anything.
Sorry. Clarify.
Yeah.
I'll take almost a dose of anything. But in here, like, I don't have to worry about my kids running around outside. I don't have to worry about my kids hopping the fence to go grab an airplane and possibly get eaten by a coyote or a crocodile. I don't.
Unless you look at the license plate. Oh my gosh.
I don't know, man. If Brody came into contact with an alligator, crocodile,
Brody would eat the alligator.
I feel sorry for the alligator because.
Oh my gosh, that's a good point.
So little Brody, your middle one.
Yes, correct.
He will take a spill of spills.
Oh man.
And then all I picture is just the theme music. Bum, 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 bum. And he gets up slowly and he dusts himself off and he looks around and then he raises his hand like Superman and then just charges forward. He's gone. You know what Brody reminds me of?
What?
Do you remember it was like a little meme? It's like, Daddy, look. And then the meteor hits the kid and it's like two little stick figures. And the guy's like, the one person's ready to jump. And then the guy's like, just wait. And then the kid pops out from under the meteor. Good job, son. That is your kid.
Yes. That is 100% Brody.
That's Brody.
The guy has, and we think we know what it's from, but the kid has no fear in terms of like going into the trenches and just like, getting crushed. And we think when he was younger, he had to wear one of those helmets, right? When he was a baby for like 3 or 4 months. And he would bash his head on things and run into things and just like at a moment's notice, just like wham. And so like I just don't think he understands the concept of pain. He thinks he's indestructible, but he's not.
It's like, this is my baby armor.
Yes, right. He has more bruises and nicks and things on his body that you're just like, what were you doing? Were you running in a briar patch? Like, what's going on?
If I didn't know any better, every time I see him, he's got something new. I would think that you just abuse him or something.
Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that. I don't do that, by the way.
That's why I said if I didn't know any
yes,
better.
Correct. Yes.
Well, and I can speak to this because we've all had kids, and I wish comments were live because I think we'd get verified, validated here. But at what points in your lives were you scared to take your kids out because they had so many bruises and cuts and dings going through that stage of life?
My wife has that problem like weekly. Yeah. She one time had an issue bringing him here because like, and we're close. We're like family.
Yeah.
And just the fact is like, I don't want to answer any questions. He's like, it looks like someone just like punched him in the face 9 times and fell on his arm and broke his leg. Like it is unreal. And that's 100%. I'm going to validate that for you right now because, and I know your kids. I know what your kids do and what they like to do. And Noah, where he's at, and Michael, like I would not want to have been you at the ages of like 9 and 10.
Oh my God.
I could only imagine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
It was great. Well, I don't know. Your kids definitely have the rambunctious gene.
Yes.
And I love them for it.
100%. And Brody is Brody and will always be Brody. He's a ball of energy, but he's a ball of fun. And the problem is he's as adorable as it comes. Yeah. And you can't I can't get mad at the kid.
Gets away
it's so
with
hard.
I love it when he wants something and he'll come over and he'll put his head down and he'll stick out his lip. Your wife is a sucker for him.
Yes.
Oh, you want the keys to my car? Here you go.
Yeah. You want to play with the fire? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, and on that note, Jen has this uncanny ability with like my children specifically, because I don't know all the other children that she interacts with, but with my children specifically, they love Jen. They like. And she's so thoughtful. Like she really is. I mean, she's in generally a thoughtful person, but like, sometimes I'll randomly show up in my office and she'll come around the corner. It's like, hey, here's this bag. Yeah, I saw these things and I thought of Brody and Grayson and Callian, and I just wanted you to have these. We were at this event and they had these little planes, and I just thought they would love these. And she's just so thoughtful in that way. And I love not only that for her for that, but because she's got a lot of amazing qualities. But it's just such a cool thing to see her and love on my kids, and I'm just so thankful for that. She's amazing.
She loves your family. We love your family, and your kids are responsible for putting us into grandparent mode. We're just cutting our teeth and practicing on your kids,
right?
And,
for sure.
I'm only 43 years old, but I'm like, Jen, I cannot wait.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
You gotta be there before you know.
So I think Jen too. I think she misses. I mean, because you have 2 boys, you didn't have any girls, so I think she misses the little bit younger age of your boys. Because when we were on vacation, her and Gabe
Yeah.
when she took Gabe putt golfing and laser tag.
Laser tag.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Gabe was hysterical. It
Oh,
was like
your
he went to
wife was
Disney World.
hysterical.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah,
Oh, man.
she's got that. She's moved on into the teen years now with Michael and Noah, and
Yeah.
Noah's almost going to be kind of like quote unquote out of the house, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Obviously he'll be around.
He will be.
Well,
out
but I
of
mean,
the
he'll be
house.
around. He's not moving
Yeah.
away, but like, so
Yeah.
you'll see him. But like, yeah, that empty nesting scenario is kind of creeping into to life with
Oh,
you guys now, right?
Well, I don't know how much rabbit trailer we can do, but it's funny you said out of the house. It's like, yeah, he's gonna be out of the house, but like
On your
25 feet out of the house.
and,
just out back.
and he's still got to come in to use the bathroom or something like that.
No,
Like, hey,
no,
but
no,
why
no,
does-
that's not happening. He's gonna have to get the plumbing done. So here's a little backstory, friends. On Edgewater, there is a beautiful little chunk of land on the hillside that's just totally overgrown and unused, but
Yeah.
it is just breathtakingly beautiful.
Mhm.
Jen and I are giving Noah this little chunk of land with Haley so they can put their home on there. And Noah's been saving up for the longest time to build his own home. That's kind of what we do. We like to build things.
Mhm.
Well, when COVID hit and lumber went to the price, $1 million per 2x4,
Mhm.
that wasn't an option. So he did something really cool. He actually got a trailer
Mhm.
that was a floor model, and he got it right before all the prices just went nuts. Well, so he's had this trailer in storage. And then next thing you know, with all the delays of septic and the testing and all that stuff, it's like, we're not going to get this thing on the ground before he gets married.
Mhm.
So we had to go for plan B. Well, our backyard used to actually have a trailer, has all the footers on it for the previous owner's elderly parents.
Yeah.
And so we went to the township. We got the what's it called, the variance, and went to the health department and did everything by the books. But I'm thinking this thing's getting towed in on Monday.
Yeah,
Well, that's what they say right now because it was actually supposed to be like
Today.
Friday. Yeah,
but it was supposed to be like last week,
Oh,
and then
yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
this has
and-
been a saga.
this has been like a 2-month
Yeah.
process. He's
Oh,
insane.
yeah.
Well, and my wife, as much as we love them, I do not want newlyweds living in my house.
I think that's.
No,
I think that's
agree.
fair. I
Yeah,
think that's
no,
fair.
I agree.
Yeah. So we're really motivated to make this happen. And
Right.
and long story short, it's supposed to come on Monday. And everyone just bow your heads. Let's pray for a moment.
Yeah, right. It's
Because-
got to come.
So here's the schedule: is 2 weeks and counting to the wedding day.
Mhm.
Monday, this thing comes
Is
in.
it 2 weeks? No,
Yeah.
2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks
2 weeks
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
essentially. Yeah,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
And then
Holy.
we gotta get this trailer brought in, and I haven't even seen this. I'm really proud of them just making adult things. It's like my kid bought a home, you know.
Yeah, right.
And,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
and if your kids ever have a big goal, boy, I jumped. Okay, if your kids ever have a big goal, like I want to save up and I want to accomplish this, fan those flames.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
when
yeah.
they see that become a reality, all that hard work and it gets to pay off, then they're gonna make a bigger goal and a bigger goal. And you want your kids to dream and do bigger than you. And I don't think we have any problem with that with our kids. Huh?
No,
Right,
no, not at
They
all.
are, but I'm happy for them. And so we got rain Sunday, Monday. We have to have a semi pull a trailer in our backyard through the lowest part of our property, and then place this thing.
And this thing ain't light.
This thing ain't like so. Yeah.
It's going to be
It's gonna
interesting.
be
I mean,
fun.
so that's Monday.
Yeah.
We'll have to record it. That'd be good flight test life.
Yeah. You know what? How many drones would it take to pick up a trailer and fly it over our home?
Well, David, get
David?
on it.
Damn it. So yeah, that's gonna happen on Monday. It's gonna be a pretty fun day. I hope it happens on Monday. 'Cause
I
otherwise-
hope so too.
Otherwise, they can live at your house.
No, I know they can't live in my house.
I already have.
You've got
all my
What
rooms
are
are
you up
already.
to?
All my rooms are already
Right.
taken. I could put them down
You
in
know,
the
we'll-
in the middle basement area.
We'll
It's-
take Brody.
Oh.
And we'll raise you Haley and Noah.
you know,
It's a good deal.
ah,
Heavy labor.
Wow.
ooh, that's
Cooking.
true. Oh man, it take a lot of stress off my wife.
Haley, one of her chores is she washes the dishes every night before she goes to bed.
That's great.
So
That's
that
good.
would be. I mean, you got a lot of dishes.
So we got
I'm sure.
that. Noah could actually do some stuff for me around the house
Right.
because I'm terrible with anything.
Yeah.
See,
Thi-
it's sounding pretty good, isn't it?
you know what?
We got this problem
Eh,
fixed.
I'll just. That's a great idea. And I have a little room in my basement area, like right down the steps. There
Right.
has they'd have their own bathroom, exit to the outside.
Don't ask your wife. Let it be a surprise.
Surprise!
You want to
We got babysitters for the next 6 months.
I'll wait for Noah to like blow through. He's probably listening to this right now.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you guys
What is
doing?
going on? Are you shipping me off somewhere? I'm 19.
Oh,
Well, it's funny you say that because my wife and I had a discussion a long time ago, maybe about a year and a half or 2 years ago, about when we bought our house, we were sitting down there, sitting in this like, this is a secondary living space, I guess you got like living area, but it has access to the backyard, access to the garage, and a full bathroom. Right? We were just talking like, well, what if we just like told someone they could come live here and like we could just like section it
Partition
off,
it.
keep it as that is like an apartment, kind of like like a
Right.
mother-in-law suite. And we were probably 50-50 at one point.
Yeah.
About like they'd help with rent and like blah 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 blah.
Was this was before the kids?
No, this was because we had Grayson like right after we moved in. So like this was after Grayson, before Brody.
Okay.
And so like it was like we were seriously considering it, and we kind of talked about more with like someone who maybe we knew versus just like a random individual.
Hey, you want to move in?
But like knowing Haley, like, you know, if you would have asked me this three or four, if you had asked me this 3 or 4 years ago, no joke, it might have been a possibility.
We wouldn't be as excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, right.
That would be a no.
No.
And Noah would be dead.
Yeah.
They would kill him.
Right,
So,
that's true.
By the way, I love it when they're hanging out. Your daughter has gotten my son to drink coffee, which now makes her my favorite
crazy.
daughter-in-law, soon to be.
Your favorite daughter-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay, I carried the one, and she's your only daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
You know
soon
what?
to be.
No, we don't have to worry about counting.
Oh,
It's
We
not.
don't have to put people in a box, okay?
Man, I wish we could see comments, because it'd be really interesting to see if people are like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah.
Like I tune
I'm
in
sure
to
they think that all the
hear about
time.
Airplanes, and they're talking about trailers and
and mud and
Well, I don't know what the comments, what happened with the comments. I think that the people, the viewers and everything and all that stuff froze too, because it hasn't moved the whole time. And I know that there's more than what's on there. So, but what has been moving is the time.
it is.
yes,
It
man,
is.
we're at about 52 minutes.
Yeah. So I think we need to start circling
It's time. Yeah.
Coming in for approach.
coming in,
Do
getting
you
ready to
have the
land.
outro music yet?
No,
What if you just play that music backwards? No, let's not do that.
That would
That'd
be
just
wrong.
weird. That'd be weird. It's fun. I like this. It's
Yes.
Truth.
what a blessing. Get to hang out with your best friends, talk about stuff, and then we gotta get back to work.
then we're gonna get back to work.
I got
and
a flirk in the build.
a flirk in the bill, and it's Friday too. So.
Yeah.
Friday.
So is Flight Test Life on YouTube up now, right?
The page is created. I don't think
Created.
it's I don't think it's live yet. It'll be live here soon.
So the Flirkin test flights would probably be something that would be on there.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
And with our friend John, he has an awesome demonstration of his crazy printer. John doesn't go halfway in anything in life.
Oh my goodness
look at his truck.
gracious. Yeah.
It's this thing is amazing. But to see, if you guys ever wonder how much work goes into printing foam board, watch that 1 minute cut. It's pretty humble. I'm like, thank God I'm not doing that.
It blew my mind when I seen
It was
that.
nuts. So yeah, check out Flight Test Life. It'll be fun. And
Flight Test Life.
And this
where it's
this
at.
has been fun. Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, friends.
All right. Well, hey, let's
We'll see you in the next one, huh?
see y'all. That's a good way to end.
Yeah. Very somber.
Somber. Live streaming isn't available right now. What?